Lights, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television.
Everybody gets ready differently to be on air. Matt and Mike's routine are a bit different.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
We walked wickedly, wildly together.
E, do.
It quietly quenched my craving.
Some might even call their methods unorthodox.
Want to sit on the studio, baby?
But when they get in front of the camera, they're two of the best damn sportscasters in the whole business.
Good evening, Oswego. Welcome to another edition of Laker Lowdown, your home for exclusive Oswego State athletics. I'm Mike Telper.
And I'm Matt Armstrong. You know, we got a full slate of games ahead from this past weekend's activities, so let's dive right in and take a look.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Hi, I'm Al Roker, class of 76, Oswego State University. You're watching WTOP, Channel 10. We didn't have this when I was in school. We just had radio and smoke signals.
Here's a look at what's going on around the nation. Fears that giant species of carp will flood the Great Lakes and wipe out other fish are underway. There have been rising demands that the government close the waterway connecting the lakes to the Mississippi River. This process could disrupt the movement of millions of tons of iron ore, coal, grains, and other goods. In an effort to keep the carp out, environmental officials from Illinois plan to dump poison within a 6-mile stretch of the Chicago Sanitary Ship Canal near Lockport.
Bank of America is planning to repay its current government bailout funds. CBSNews.com reports the bank issued a statement today it would pay back the $45 million it borrowed last year. The bank plans to give $26.2 billion in cash and will sell $18.8 billion in securities. Bank of America is currently trying to recruit a new CEO to replace retiring Ken Lewis. Making this move will free the bank from government restrictions on executive pay that come with bailout funds.
The search is on for the Florida man who shot 4 of his relatives on Thanksgiving Day. The suspect, Paul Marige, has not been seen since the shootings. Marige killed a 6-year-old girl, his 79-year-old aunt, and his twin sisters, one of whom was pregnant. Prosecutors issued an arrest warrant on Saturday. Marige told family members he had been waiting 20 years to kill them.
And here's what's happening around the world. 5 British sailors returned home today after drifting into Iranian waters. David Young, father to one of the sailors, met briefly with Britain's foreign secretary, who informed him Iran was releasing the men. Young spoke to his son momentarily Monday morning, reassuring him that the men were being treated well. One of the sailors reports, it was tense when the group was first captivated. However, after a while, things became, quote, cool, unquote. CNN.com reports Iran's Navy detained the men November 25th and their yacht traveled from Bahrain to Dubai for a competition. Iranian authorities said that they released the men after determining their travel into the waters was accidental.
The Australian government is planning to reintroduce its emission trading scheme for a 3rd time in February. The Senate voted it down on Wednesday. Acting Prime Minister Julia Gillard said the Labour government did not plan to call an early election on the issue. Gillard said the government would reintroduce the ETS to provide the opposition Liberal Party with an opportunity to, quote, work through and deal with this legislation in the national interest, end quote.
1 person was killed and 11 were injured today when a suicide attacker detonated explosives. The explosives were hidden under his coat and set off as he was stopped by a security official at the entrance of the local naval headquarters in Pakistan. The headquarters is home to Pakistan's chief naval staff and other senior naval officials. CNN.com reports that 1 security officer was killed while 7 Navy employees and 4 civilians were wounded. This was the first suicide attack in Islamabad since October 5th.
And coming up in sports, I'll tell you whether AI will be back on the court next week or watching the games from his home, and what new rule has been issued in the NFL. Don't touch that remote. Sports are up next, right after the break.